Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to episode number 3 of my WWE 2K mode in All Elite Wrestling. That is right, we are back yet again for another episode, and before we jump into the actual episode of Dynamite today, of course, you know, we got to update the budget and see who we want to buy in today's episode. And so, as you all know, if you watched episode 2 of the AEW mode, you guys completely broke my ratings and like goal system in episode 1, and so we had to update the views and the like goals for this series. And you will also know, if you watched episode 2, that the current budget for this series is $69,000, but of course, we've got to update that based on the views and the likes of last episode. And so the last episode ended up breaking into that threshold of 3,000 plus views, which means you get plus $80,000, and it also had over 400 likes, which means we get plus $55,000 to spend here today. And so overall, at the current time, our current budget is $204,000. Now, I don't know where I'm going to go with this series when it comes to spending. There may be a bigger spending episode down the line, but this, as of today, is the biggest spending intro of all time. Because when it comes to the budget right now, I've got $204,000, and I'm about to go break the bank to update my roster here today, so let's just jump right into it. So we begin by spending $50,000 on the bad boy, Joey Janella, but moving on, we spend $5,000 on Sonny Kiss, who, by the way, don't get me wrong when I say this, I am a massive fan of Sonny Kiss, but I did not realize how popular Sonny Kiss was. Like, so many of you were like, yo, get Sonny Kiss into the series, get Sonny Kiss and Joey Janella. So you know what, fine, Sonny Kiss has been signed to my Dynamite. Are you happy now? Anyway, yeah, welcome to the roster, Sonny Kiss and Joey Janella. But moving on, I also had to pay $10,000 in appearance fees for the two wrestlers that will be in the AEW Combine on this episode in the round of 16 in the first match. I was kind of debating on whether or not to make this a factor in this series, but since I'm running a tournament with a bunch of free agents in it, and the winner will be getting a big AEW contract, I feel like I should probably pay the wrestlers, you know, and I feel like a $5K appearance fee is fair enough. I mean, that's more than fair enough. You're getting $5K to appear on my Dynamite and be in this tournament that you might not even win. I mean, that's pretty great. But anyway, now moving on, I often refer to Cody Rhodes as the Triple H of AEW, and so naturally, Brandy is the Stephanie of AEW, and I'm spending $10,000 to get her on my women's roster. But anyway, now moving along, we are spending $20,000 on Pac. The bastard is joining All Elite Wrestling once again. We're also going to go ahead and spend $35,000 on the Lucha Bros and $35,000 on FTR as well. Like I said in episode 2, I really want to go ahead and focus on this GM mode on my tag team division and build that up to the best it possibly can be, and that of course starts with two of the best tag team wrestlers, or two of the best tag teams in the world, in FTR and the Lucha Bros. With that being said though, the Lucha Bros and FTR probably won't be seen until after Double or Nothing, because right now we're focusing on that tag team qualifying storyline with the Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz and Jurassic Express and MJF and Wardlow right now, so I don't want to overbook too much, but they will be seen after the pay-per-view. But now moving on to the final two names that I will be buying in today's episode intro for the current budget. $25,000 has been spent on Hangman Adam Page, and finally 20 grand has been spent on Darby Allin, leaving our current budget going from a $204,000 to a measly $29,000 left. But honestly, I'm not too mad about that. I think I've done some good spending here today in the intro, so if you've got any more suggestions after looking at the AEW roster, and I'm sure I'll probably put at some point in this video the current roster or whoever's left on screen, so if you've got any more suggestions, like you guys wanted me to buy Sonny Kiss and you want to see me buy someone else, then go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the intro. Like I always say in these episodes, if you want to go and share the video on social media, share the episode so the views can get higher and then my budget can get higher as well, and I can spend more people to put back into the series. Same goes with like ratings as well. And so yeah, just a couple weeks away from Double or Nothing, I present to you episode 3 of my AEW Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a super kick party. Welcome back to Dynamite. This is episode 3, and we're kicking things off with Nick Jackson to your left, Matt Jackson to your right, the Young Bucks, because it is time for a tag team championship qualifier. Match 1, MJF and Wardlow versus the Jurassic Express, will take place next week, but right now it's time for the Young Bucks taking on the team of Santana and Ortiz.
From Rancho Cucamonga, California, at a combined weight of 390 pounds, Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks!
And for the Young Bucks, since the AEW roster reset and since this new era of Dynamite began, they are undefeated. Of course, they are currently 1-0, but the question is, can they turn it to 2-0 by defeating Proud and Powerful of the Inner Circle in this opening matchup to kick off Dynamite? And the stakes are incredibly high for the Bucks, because tonight, if they go ahead and win this match, they head to Double or Nothing to fight for the vacant World Tag Team Championships. And like I mentioned briefly a moment ago, MJF and Wardlow against the Jurassic Express will take place in 1 week's time to see who will fill the other side of the bracket, but right now it's about this side of the bracket, where here comes Proud and Powerful. Representing the Inner Circle, led by Chris Jericho, of course. Two men who ever since they joined Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle have flourished like no other. They have been an incredibly impressive tag team, but one thing they have yet to be is AEW World Tag Team Champions. And the question is, can they beat the Bucks here? Something they have definitely done on occasion in the past, whether it be by hook or by crook. They have beaten the Bucks before, but can they do it when it matters most here tonight on Dynamite? I'll tell you one thing, if they do get it done here, they'll have their date with Destiny at Double or Nothing to fight for the titles against either of those teams who are fighting next week. But Santana to your left, Ortiz to your right, one of the most dangerous tag teams in AEW here today. And now here we go, Ref Aubrey rings the bell. It is time for the first bit of action here on Dynamite, as there's a super kick straight to the gut. Matt Jackson feeling a little bit of his own medicine, courtesy of Santana. And now the Irish whip here by Santana. What is he thinking right here? Hurricane Rana doesn't quite connect there. Matt Jackson with a counter, and now a counter by Santana. This is going to be back and forth. Both these teams have been in the same company multiple times, and they both know each other very well. And now the Young Bucks here, or excuse me, Matt Jackson with the knee straight to the gut, straight to the chest, excuse me. I apologize for my mess up in commentary. It's going to be another action-packed episode of Dynamite here tonight, and I'm excited, as there's a knee by Matt Jackson, now a drop kick as well for your troubles. And now Nick Jackson has been tagged in here by his brother Matt, and Nick Jackson went for a super kick there, going for it early on, and he catches an enziguri by Santana. And now look at this, Santana dragging him into proud and powerful territory, tagging in Ortiz, and here we go. And now Ortiz with an Irish whip here, bouncing Nick off the ropes, but it doesn't quite connect with whatever he was going for. Hang on, he's got him caught here, going for a suplex, a snap suplex, but Nick Jackson managing to counter it, getting out of it, and now Nick backstabber. Now look at these strikes, the flurry of strikes by Nick Jackson, the roundhouse kick, and now Jackson, here we go, Irish whip of the ropes, goes underneath Ortiz, and he's going to go for the Hurricane Rana as well. Now Ortiz, oh wait a second, counter there by Nick, and a counter by Ortiz with a big boot and a neck breaker as well. It goes without saying, I mean, I've already said it on occasion enough, you guys already know that the Young Bucks are one of the very best tag teams in the world, if not the best tag team in the world. But Santana and Ortiz looking to pull an upset victory here and do the Inner Circle proud, who I'm sure are watching on, of Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. Now Irish whipping Nick into the corner with a massive forearm there by Ortiz. I think Nick needs to get a tag into Matt, because right now Ortiz is straight up just dominating Nick Jackson. Look at that again. This is incredibly smart by Proud and Powerful, keeping them in the territory. Wait a second, counter by Nick. There's the kick. The heel straight to the face of Ortiz, and oh wait, I think he was going to go for a tag there, or at least try and get Ortiz down so he had enough time. And now here comes the fresher Santana, but Nick Jackson not looking to get a tag. He's going straight after Santana, and you've got to wonder if that was wise right there. Maybe you should have tagged him, Matt. You look at Matt on the apron, he wanted to tag, but Nick Jackson trying to go at it on his own here, and it may have cost him. I mean, hey, I don't ever foresee the Young Bucks splitting up or anything like that like a normal tag team would. I mean, they're brothers after all, but definitely that brotherly tension right there. Matt really wanted to tag, and Nick deciding to almost selfishly go at it on his own. We'll see if it pays off though in this one against Santana right now. And now wait a second, counter there by Nick Jackson. He rolls him. Oh wait a second, Santana springing back up and getting caught with an uppercut straight there. And now Nick Jackson, he's going towards Matt, and he gets the tag into the fresher man. Here we go. And now Nick Jackson, oh, a slap straight to the face. No love lost between these two teams. They have no respect for one another. It is pure heat. It is pure rivalry. And now Santana, Irish whipping Nick back into Young Bucks territory, but that's not very smart, is it? And now Santana with a kind of big boot to the face. And what is Santana going for? Irish whip back into Proud and Powerful territory now. Now another counter by Nick Jackson, and here we go, spinning around for the head scissors, sending him to the other side of the ring. And no, wait a second. Oh, Nick Jackson, or excuse me, Matt Jackson went to try and stop the tag, and he couldn't get it. And now here we go between these two, backstabber call Ortiz. This action so fast and furious, it is hard to call Santana getting the tag in to Ortiz, but in the end, Ortiz is back up now and a counter by Matt. These two teams are not going to let the other get the upper advantage right here. It's going to be back and forth, and there's a drop kick taking down Matt finally. Matt once again getting back up, and now, oh, what a DDT, spiking him right there in the kip up as well. And Ortiz might be looking to finish this one off here at the hands of Matt Jackson. Here we go, looking to finish it off. No, counter dragon screw. Oh my goodness me, it has been back and forth between these two teams, but now Matt Jackson looking to get the tag in to his younger brother Nick. Here we go, or excuse me, his older brother Nick, my bad. And now, oh, you've seen this before from the Bucks. Nick Jackson with one move. This is the more bang for your buck. And now Nick Jackson with the trifecta moves, the moonsault. And now picking up Ortiz here, throwing it back into Young Bucks territory. But what are the brothers going for here? What are they thinking? Wait a second. Oh my goodness me, we've seen this before. Matt Jackson has him up, and here we go for the Meltzer driver. The Meltzer driver, and now Matt Jackson sending Santana to the outside of the ring. And now Ref Aubrey down for the count. Matt Jackson to the cover of Ortiz, and the Young Bucks advance to Double or Nothing. What an incredible match to open up Dynamite, but in the end, Nick and Matt, the Young Bucks, get the job done, and they will face either MJF and Wardlow or the Jurassic Express at DON in a few weeks for the vacant World Tag Team Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Bucks will now make their way towards an AEW World Tag Team Championship opportunity at Double or Nothing, but another man with championship aspirations is my guest at this time, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Look, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet so you, a woman, and all these hick hillbillies in the audience can understand exactly what I'm saying. I pinned your husband last week, however you want to cry about the ending, the point is I pinned the champion, which means surely I'm the #1 contender and at the top of those power rankings, so I want my title match immediately. Have you thought about asking the champion nicely instead of being an asshole all the time? It might get you somewhere. Where do you get off talking to me in that way? See if I don't go ahead and get your ass fired for saying something like that. Before you can say some stupid shit in Canadian French, I'll have taken your husband's belt and you'll be back to being a stay-at-home wife in the kitchen where you belong. Oh my goodness me, Maxwell, you may have just crossed the boundary that no man should ever cross. You never ever disrespect another man's wife. Here comes Jon Moxley. Listen, Max, I'm beyond sick and tired of an annoying little piece of shit disrespecting me and my wife, and it's about time I taught your ass a lesson after that scheme you pulled last week. I see you're at the top of the power rankings, and I'm never one to avoid a fight, especially against a little punk like yourself, so here's what we're gonna do. If you want a title match so badly, we're not gonna waste any time. Right here, tonight, Max, me and you for my AEW title in the main event, and then after I tear you limb from limb and I leave you lying where you stand, I don't want to see you, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to know of your existence, because if I do, Maxie, it'll be the biggest mistake of your fucking life. And here we go with the first match in the AEW Combined Round of 16. Here comes Tessa Blanchard. The Diamond, a second-generation star, her father, of course, already a part of the AEW roster backstage, Tully Blanchard. But now Tessa, a free agent in the wrestling world, after exiting Impact Wrestling, a former Impact World Champion and a Knockouts Champion, one of the very best in the world today. But unlike some in the wrestling world, Tessa is not going to use her father's name to get opportunities. She's going to fight through this tournament to try and get that AEW contract. And honestly, you just gotta love it, you gotta respect it, but someone else you gotta respect is this man right here, another free agent of the wrestling world, Matt Cardona. And I mean, looking at my notes here, he's a former United States champion, a former internet champion, whatever that means. I mean, that's a hell of an accolade right there. But whatever you want to call him, the broski looking to find success here in AEW. The question is, can he go through all of this tournament to win the contract and then go on to win championships here on Dynamite? We're about to find out. And Matt Cardona as well, also of course being a free agent recently and now appearing here in the AEW Combine, trying to become a part of this All Elite Wrestling roster, where I'm sure if he does end up coming into this roster, he will definitely shine like he has in the past in different promotions. But anyway, it is now time. Blanchard against Matt Cardona here in this intergender match on All Elite Wrestling, and the Ref Aubrey rings the bell. Here we go. And I don't know why I said the Ref Aubrey right there, but I guess she's just so damn good at her job that she deserves a the in front of her name. But anyway, now Tessa Blanchard here working down on Matt Cardona here. She's going to use her strength here to Northern Light suplex Matt Cardona. That's impressive. She may not have the high advantage over Matt Cardona, but she can get the job done against men's wrestlers as well. We've seen it in the past over there in Impact. She has become the not the AEW World Champion, sorry, the Impact World Champion before. She is one of the standouts in the world today. But of course, Tessa going ahead and leaving Impact Wrestling, and she's been a free agent ever since she left Impact and relinquished that Impact World Championship, and now she's here in AEW trying to win the AEW AEW Combine and get herself a contract in this company where her dad already resides. Her dad, of course, the legendary Tully Blanchard, and if I know anything about Tessa Blanchard, she doesn't want to just work her way in via her dad, like maybe a Charlotte Flair would. She wants to go all the way through this tournament, prove why she's the best, and earn her way into this company, onto this brand, onto Dynamite. But now Matt Cardona here, wait a second, Tessa in a bad position, tornado DDT to Blanchard. And I mean, hey, I didn't really talk about it when it comes to, oh wait a second, nice counter there by Tessa, drop toe hold to Matt Cardona, and now Blanchard with a massive clothesline taking him down. And now Matt Cardona just working down on Tessa Blanchard there with that headlock on the ground, just keeping her grounded and working her down. And I didn't really talk about how intergender matches will be on AEW, but yes, intergender matches are here. Everyone is capable to compete for that world championship. I don't care who you are, you can compete for that world championship if you want on my Dynamite. I don't care. In my opinion, you look at someone like Candice LeRae or a Tessa Blanchard, they can hang in there with the men's wrestlers just as well as anyone, and so why not give them the opportunity to shine? I mean, Cody did say that this was a 16 wrestler tournament. He didn't say if it was man or woman, did he? And so of course the Diamond Tessa Blanchard is here on Dynamite right now, competing in the round of 16. That's a nice counter by Blanchard, by the way. And now Tessa picking up Matt Cardona here. What is she going for? Wait a second, she's gonna go for a powerbomb of some sorts, but no, Matt Cardona with a counter hit straight to the head. Now Cardona, oh there it is, he got all of that. That move right there has won Cardona many a championship in the past, and now he's going into the cover. Ref Aubrey getting down for the count a little late right there. Will that cost him in this matchup? Yes, Tessa kicks out. I'm almost confident that Cardona had Blanchard exactly where he wanted her, but then due to the fact that the ref was trying to get down into the pin, trying to see the shoulders, it was just a little too late, and Tessa manages to kick out, and now Tessa rolled through right there. The Diamond looking to prove why diamonds are forever, going up to the skies here, looking to fly on Cardona, and there's the leg drop. There's a counter, and wait a second, no, a counter by Blanchard, moving him around. Oh, what a big boot there by Matt Cardona, goes for the strike, counter by Tessa, she's as tough as they come, and there's a counter by Cardona, goes for a strike, Tessa with a counter, and now Blanchard, oh wait a second, she went for it again right there, she moves out of the way of the drop kick, nicely done there, and now, what is she going for here? Blanchard with a reverse suplex. Hang on a second though, Irish whip there by Matt Cardona. This has been a great opening match here in the AEW Combine for these two superstars, these two professional wrestlers, living all out there in the middle of the ring, but now Cardona, wait a second, counter there by Blanchard, uppercut. This is all about advancing to the quarterfinals of this tournament, and eventually just showing how damn good you are in the world of professional wrestling and earning the contract to come here to AEW. The question is, can Tessa capitalize on Cardona being down right here and head to the quarterfinals? No, not yet. Cardona with a spinning heel kick. But now, wait a second, nice counter there by Tessa. She's been trained by one of the very best, and now, wait a second, Tessa has Cardona exactly where he wants him. There it is. Beautiful picture perfect Texas pile driver by Tessa Blanchard. And look at this, Tessa always finding time to gloat here in front of the AEW fans who may or may not be familiar with her attitude. If you know Tessa Blanchard, you know what she's like. Look at this, Ref Aubrey standing in the way. Tessa may have done too much damage to Matt Cardona right here. I mean, Tessa is an absolute savage of a competitor, and I think Cardona may have been injured coming off that Texas pile driver. Oh my goodness me, and now look at this, Tessa going for the figure 4 leg lock. The figure 4 leg lock was locked in, but Cardona managing to reverse the pressure, the pain, and reverse the submission hold. And is this the turning point for Matt Cardona in this matchup right here? Wait a second, counter there by Tessa. She hits him with the elbow straight to the head, that injured head, and she's gonna drop him like a stack of dimes again with another Texas pile driver. What a brutal maneuver, busted Cardona wide open. What an absolute savage performance by Blanchard. And now into the cover on Cardona, and Tessa Blanchard advances to the quarterfinals of the AEW Combine. What a hell of a match between these two. It was back and forth there, but I think Cardona suffered a bit of an injury off that Texas pile driver, the initial one right there, and I think he might have suffered an injury to his neck or something. He's had a history of neck issues. Ref Aubrey trying to stop the punishment right there, but Cardona saying it could continue, and Blanchard did not stop the assault with a figure 4 like that. A picture perfect one, and in the end, Blanchard and Vice advances to the quarterfinals of the Combine. And now we move on from that round of 16 Combine action to two people who are a part of the AEW Dynamite roster. Here comes Joey Janella, baby, with his first appearance for the bad boy on this new era of Dynamite. And for Joey Janella, as extreme as they come, looking to start building his own type of momentum, just like we saw Blanchard building momentum in the AEW Combine moments ago. Now Joey Janella looking to pick up his first win on Dynamite here. But with that being said, it's a lot easier said than done for a guy like Joey Janella. He's going up against a man who just 1 week ago broke the AEW Dynamite record for the fastest match in AEW Dynamite history. But honestly, I'm a Joey Janella fan. I'm a believer in Joey Janella, and if there's anyone that can get it done, it is this man right here. And now, of course, here comes his opponent, the aforementioned man who now holds the fastest win in Dynamite history after his record-breaking win over Peter Avalon a week ago, Kenny Omega. And honestly, I don't want to jump the gun here or anything. I don't want to be firing bullets before they've even been loaded. But for Kenny Omega, it really seems like he's become a new man ever since losing to John Moxley 2 weeks ago here on Dynamite in that no-holds-barred street fight for the World Championship. It seems like he's even more aggressive than he has ever been before, even more focused than he has ever been before. And if he can beat Joey Janella tonight, taking his win streak to 2-0, it is certainly going to be a sign of things to come for Kenny Omega. Although I mentioned a moment ago, it's a lot easier for Joey Janella to try and beat Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's going to have a challenge in trying to beat Joey Janella right now. His first appearance in this new era of Dynamite. That boy is hungry right now, and he's looking to beat Kenny Omega and end the winning streak at 1-0. But as Joey Janella gears up here against Omega, this is going to be yet again another banger. Ref Aubrey rings the bell. Here we go. And now Joey Janella, oh wait a second, counter there by Omega, and now Omega snap DDT. Spiking Janella in the early going here, goes for the big knee. We know Kenny Omega is well versed in the offense, and now German suplex there by Joey Janella. Bad boy looking to climb the power rankings, and he's on his way to doing it with moves like that. A nice picture perfect drop kick straight to the upper back of Kenny Omega, but that doesn't connect right there. Omega moves out of the way and now working down on the knees of Joey Janella, not allowing him to go from the skies as we've seen him do before. You know how it works in a wrestling match by now. You work down on the knees and you really just you hinder your opponent's chances of going for high flying moves, and it seems like that is really the target of Kenny Omega in this one for Joey Janella. And there's a nice counter by Omega, and he goes for the kick straight to the back. Omega does not get it though. He gets the elbow, goes for the knee. Nice back and forth sequence between these two gentlemen. Back suplex doesn't connect. Nice move by Kenny Omega. Goes for the knee straight to the gut, and now he hits him with the famous. What a sequence that was. Oh my god. Fast and furious action here on AEW Dynamite between these two men. Two men who have certainly had some great match of the year contenders in the past. What a big boot there. Now Janella just trying to pick himself up, but Kenny Omega's about to come running. We saw it with Peter Avalon a week ago. Hip attack. That poor boy Peter Avalon did not see it coming. Man got hit with a V-trigger and a one-winged angel before you could even say Peter Avalon. That man was done out here. And who knows where Peter Avalon currently is, but right now, nice counter there by Kenny Omega with the kick straight to the head, momentarily discombobulating Joey Janella. And now he's going for this move again, another famous. And Kenny Omega really has been in control. This is what I was saying. What a knee. He really is more focused and more aggressive. It seems like that loss to John Moxley has really just set a fire underneath this man. Now Kenny Omega charging for him. Wait a second. Janella moves out of the way there of the hip attack. And now Joey Janella looking to finally mount some offense of his own here on this relatively one-sided match. But if there's anyone that can come back, it's Janella, baby. Although with that being said, Kenny Omega, is he about to get out of this little hold here? Yes, he is. He manages to disconnect it momentarily. And now Omega goes for the big boot, counter by Joey Janella though. And now Janella, he's got him in that front face lock. And he's going to go, oh, look at this kick offense. Going for the Shining Wizard straight to the jaw. And now what is Janella thinking here? Wait a second. Joey Janella has Kenny Omega up. And look at this incredible move. He's got Omega high in the skies and sits him down for the razor's edge into the cover here. Ref Aubrey counts it, and Kenny kicks out at 2.5. That was close. Conjoined twins close. And now Joey Janella's going up high. This is what I was talking about. His knees are still working, and he's going to go from the skies. Oh, it doesn't quite connect. And now Kenny Omega catches it with a V-trigger. What an incredible V-trigger that was, and Kenny Omega's wasting no time lifting him up here for you-know-what, the one-winged angel. And now Omega into the cover here. Ref Aubrey counts it, and Kenny Omega yet taking his win streak to 2-0 here on Dynamite. Yet again, another win for the Best Bout Machine, building momentum, getting higher and higher in those power rankings every week. And if John Moxley's watching, you better watch out, because Omega is coming for you. And this is where the tide turned in this matchup. Oh, Joey Janella going for the incredible move off the top, but in the end, Kenny Omega delivering the Best Bout Machine's speciality, the one-winged angel, and picking up the dub here on AEW. The Best Bout Machine's win streak continues. it's that time of the night again. This time in the main event, Maxwell Jacob Friedman gets exactly what he wanted earlier tonight after in that interview with Renee Paquette. He will get his World Championship match here tonight against Jon Moxley. But with that being said, it's on a little bit of a different circumstance because this time, Maxwell isn't just coming out here for no reason to annoy the piss out of everyone. It is the main event here on Dynamite, a World Championship main event, the first of Maxwell Jacob Friedman's career. And after that huge, shocking upset win last week on Dynamite where he pinned Jon Moxley, the World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman coming out here in the interview with Renee Paquette demanding that he is at the top of the power ranking, so he deserves to get a championship match in the main event. Moxley saying, hey, it is going to be the biggest mistake of your fucking life if you disrespect me again, if you come disrespect my wife again. And now we have this main event on our hands. And I mean, simply put, if MJF can go ahead and do exactly what he did a week ago, no matter how you want to look at it, he beat Moxley with a cradle last week, but the point is he still pinned the champion. So if he can do it again tonight, that man right there will be your new AEW World Champion. And I dread to think how big his ego could continue to get if he wins the title here tonight. But it is certainly a distinct possibility for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. After all the disrespect he has thrown at Renee Paquette, at Jon Moxley in the last couple of weeks, it's handed him a couple of ass kickings, but it has got him a championship match, and this could prove to be the biggest night in MJF's young career. With that being said though, he's facing this man right here, Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion. And a man in Jon Moxley who certainly has no love lost for MJF nor Wardlow. He is out for blood, he is out for revenge, he's fighting for his wife, he's fighting for his championship, and damn it, he is fighting for the people in the AEW fans. He is doing it for the AEW faithful to beat the piss out of MJF, that cheeky son of a bitch. Because I mean, Moxley said it best, quite frankly, no one likes you, MJF. But with that being said, as Booker T said before, it's not about making friends in this business, it's about checks and championships, and MJF certainly has collected many a check, but he has yet to win a championship. Could this be the night where things change for Maxwell Jacob Friedman? And now Jon Moxley taking one last look at the AEW World Championship as he hands it over to Aubrey Edwards. But the question is, will it be for the final time of this reign? Will MJF be the one to finally dethrone Jon Moxley here on Dynamite? That is what this is all about. And now referee rings the bell. Here we go. World Championship main event is underway here, and MJF dodging out of the way. Moxley is going to be aggressive as ever in this one. And now here we go. Oh, wait a second there. Counter by Moxley. And now Moxley with the clothesline, sending MJF down, and the knee as well. If you thought their last encounter was brutal, the title's on the line right now, and Moxley, quite frankly, even if he gets himself disqualified after beating the piss out of MJF, it doesn't matter, he'll still retain the title. So right now it's pretty much a free reign for Jon Moxley. Now MJF working down on the arm right there, stomping on the tricep muscle of Jon Moxley, and now what's he thinking here? He's got him, and he slams his head down with the knee, and always finding a sign of disrespect to his opponent. That's MJF in a nutshell right there. He is better than you, and he knows it. And now MJF into the first quarter of this World Championship matchup, but he goes for it too early, and Moxley with the kick out, but he catches him with a knee right there. I've said it before and I'll say it again, say what you will about Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but he is damn impressive in that ring, and he is going to become one of the very best one day, even if his attitude does cost him sometimes. There's no doubt about it. The kid is good at what he does, and there's a suplex. And I mean, you want to talk about MJF, next week on Dynamite, MJF and Wardlow will be taking on the Jurassic Express in the other match in the Tag Team Championship qualifier to see who will go on to face the Young Bucks for the vacant World Tag Team Championship at Double or Nothing. We already saw earlier tonight the Young Bucks advanced after beating Santana and Ortiz. But the question is, can MJF go ahead, win the World title tonight, and then win the Tag Team Championship qualifier next week, and win the titles at Double or Nothing? This could prove to be a very great month for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And now he's got Moxley away. Once him hits the neck breaker as well. But now wait a second, he's going for something here. He goes for the spinning DDT and he hits it. Now MJF going into another cover in this matchup, trying to win the World Championship for Moxley. Is this about to be it? Is this a decisive pinfall? No, it's not. Moxley kicks out of that one. Now MJF, oh wait a second, counter there by Moxley with the right hand, and another one as well. A proficient striker in the game as any I've ever been. That's Jon Moxley, but now MJF drop kick, and this has been a stellar, incredible performance from MJF. Don't take anything away from the kid. He has managed at the moment to keep Moxley grounded and keep him exactly where he wants beats him. But hey, you've got to win the match, you've got to win the title, and he hasn't done that yet. Don't count Moxley out. Yeah, oh wait a second, here we go. Here comes Moxley, and again, MJF taking him down after that kip up right there. But Moxley, as tough as they come, and now here we go. It's a strike back and forth between these two men. Dodges out of the way the knee, and now Moxley, knee of his own. And look at this, Moxley talking trash on his own. And to be honest, MJF deserves it after everything he's said in recent weeks. And there's a counter by Maxwell Jacob Friedman, bouncing off the ropes, and now a spine buster. And now into the cover again, but again, a kick out by Moxley. And MJF wasting no time. This is incredibly smart, staying down on Jon Moxley here. And now look at this, the back suplex. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but MJF has played damn near a perfect game in this World Championship match so far. And wait a second, I did speak too soon. Moxley with the knees. Moxley goes ahead and gets the knees up. And now, this is perhaps where the tide turns for Jon Moxley. Fisherman suplex. And look at this, Moxley is feeling it now. Bouncing off the ropes here, and now Moxley elbow. He just about got all of that right there. But MJF is still moving, which means Moxley needs to stay on the offense. And what a strike that was. And now Moxley here, what's he thinking? Moxley has him turn around. Wait a second, nice counter there by MJF. Bounce off the ropes though, and there's a clothesline. Doesn't quite connect, spin around kick. And now MJF, counter by Moxley. And now Moxley here, hit straight to the back. And wait a second, we've seen this before. We saw this again, Kenny Omega. And there's the knee. Sold that against Kenny Omega a number of weeks ago in their no-holds-barred street fight. And this isn't quite a no-holds-barred street fight, but it holds just the same amount of fire and passion between these two men. Drop kick, same amount of aggression, the same amount of a heated rivalry as we saw between Omega and Moxley. We're seeing right here. And now here we go, the strike's down. Every strike is for Renee Paquette, and every word that MJF said to her. Now Moxley, look for the Irish whip. Wait a second, counter by MJF, nicely done. Oh wait a second, look at Moxley, vintage Mox with the clothesline rebound lariat. And now Moxley here looking to put things away, only the way he knows how. But wait a second, counter by MJF from the paradigm shift. And now, oh, here we go again into the cradles. MJF about to pick up the World Championship here. No, Moxley gets out of it this time. MJF cannot believe it. He thought he had him exactly where he wanted him right there. And now, what does MJF have to do? What is he thinking? And MJF rolling out of the ring to think about what his next move is. And now he's getting back in there with Jon Moxley. But wait a second, Moxley had time to get back up there. And now Moxley's back on the offense. And now just look at the stomp by Moxley. But wait a second, MJF gets back up. And Moxley's not going to allow it. There's the clothesline taking his damn head off. You can maybe get a lucky win over Jon Moxley once with a cradle. But Moxley's saying you're not going to do it again, MJF. Not a goddamn chance now. Not after everything you've said to me and my wife. But MJF looking to fight tooth and nail here to win the World Championship. And now a spinning neck breaker. And now MJF looking to go to the skies once again. It didn't work before. Is it going to work this time? No. Double knees. And now Moxley looking for a roll-up of his own. Wait a second. No, he counters it into the paradigm shift to MJF. What a move. Busted it wide open. Aubrey Edwards into the cover. Moxley with the pin. And Moxley retains the World Championship. What a match. Absolutely 5 stars and nothing less from MJF and Moxley. But in the end, a paradigm shift to end all paradigm shifts. And Moxley is still the world champion. The reign continues for Jon Moxley after dealing with the MJF problem. But the question is, who is his next challenger?